Thank you for the warm welcome. Just before working on INFF, Mongolia has like a lot of different development policies, like over the 500 policies, which requires a lot of fundings and resources and a lot of implementations. But just before that, we have changed our development policy into like a very line term, which starts from the 30-year development policy, which is Vision 2050. And the next one is a 10-year policy, which is exactly overlapped with an SDGs. And it is already interlinked with the SDGs, so its implementation is directly inputted in this. And which was followed by the 5 years and 4 years and annual development programs. But on the other hand, the budgeting and national budgeting systems are mainly for the like in medium term and only the annual terms, which is connected in only 2 years. And due to these financial gaps, INFF's main strategy was essential to financing the development policies and SDGs. Can you go to the first slide, please? Yeah, thank you. And in order to implement the total SDGs, we need an additional of the 44.2 billion euros, which is almost like a quarter of our national GDP. And in order to fund all these additional fundings, INFF's role is very essential and needed to implementations. And in order to making an INFF, we are interlinking this to our 5-year development policy, which is a 5-year guideline for the Mongolian development. And due to this, we have already made the 3 proposals, like public investment programs, medium-term financial fiscal framework, and debt management strategies. Even if they are working all great, we are needing of additional strategies like private sector investment policy strategy, medium-term budgeting framework, and sustainable financial policy, and a lot of different policies which is suggested by INFFs. You can see probably in my behind back. And can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah, thank you. And I will make it short and just talk about our main results implementing INFFs. And in the public finance side, the tax policy was very essential in Mongolia's increasing the total financing source for sustainable development. And the biggest example is progressive tax on the personal income, which was approved by this year, which is additional fund for implementing the SDGs. And on the other hand, the tax for livestock head was like an 1 stone for like in 3, 4, or maybe 5 rabbits. And in Mongolia, we have a lot of livestock, which is almost half of our climate change and pasture degradations reason. And just by taxing this, we can leverage a lot of our results. And also, we have started making our planning systems by using integrated result-based systems. And we have just made an annual development program which made by this system. And also we are working on this with a result-based budgeting starting from the 2020. And we have already implemented in the 5 ministries, which is almost like 1/3 of the total ministries. Also, we have upgraded from the medium-term fiscal framework to medium-term budgetary framework, which is a great leap towards sustainable development. Also, we have made several new innovations, including SDG sovereign bond framework. And also we made a state-owned bank restructure to promote the middle class and women-led entrepreneurs. Moreover, export financing functions added to the national development back to promote an export diversifications, as you may know already as EXIM banks. Also, SDG audits and citizens budgeting for the more simpler and easy to understand in the budgets. This is for the public finance side. And the private finance, our FRC just approved the sustainable development reporting guidance for a lot of companies. And we have developed an SDG finance taxonomy and expected to be approved by this year. Moreover, law on a PPP to work in a more easily with our private sectors, and its law is just being approved by the parliament. Also, we have been working on the law on investment. And also the first private green bond issued by the commercial bank has been made by this year, which is a great leap towards us. Can you go to the last slide, please? Yeah, thank you very much. And we are already working on increasing the financial source for the sustainable development. Now we need to direct all this financial source to implement the sustainable development and increase the economic and social environment impact of the investments. That's the most crucial part of the INFF. And we have understood that just planning with the national budget is not enough. So we need to work more cooperatively with the private sector, capital markets, FDI, donations, and budgets to implement the SDGs in a more comprehensible way. And thank you for paying attention, please.